What's on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quarrying. Pretty big update in the CEO assassin case. Bizarre new messages and what appears to be a pretty clear new motive or a pretty clear message. Now, many people might believe that this is a message that is purposely being sent to throw people from the case. Unfortunately, early on, I said I thought it was going to be the wife. It looks like I'm going to be wrong on that. I don't know. They found his backpack, but then they opened his backpack, and what was inside was pretty telling on top of some new interesting stuff. A new leaked message from the United Healthcare Group and all sorts of stuff like that, as well as a costume contest in New York celebrating the assassin because this is America and this is the kind of stuff we do. But let's get into the story. Quick reminder, I would say today or tomorrow is probably your last day to get your order in on the 12 Days of Coffee gift box. We have caught up. If you pre-ordered one, all of them will be shipped by tomorrow. Overwhelmingly, most of them shipped out today, but the rest should catch up by the end of today. It is a beautiful, beautiful gift that is on sale. Promo code 12days15. I'm running back Black Friday week, giving everyone one last chance to pick it up. 15% off today only. That's it. So it comes with some of our coffee, some of our cocos, some of our delicious sweet treats. Really, really nice box. Sit right on the counter. Remember, the 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas Day. So it's the perfect gift. Link in the description down below. United Healthcare Boss Group defends Brian Thompson and company track record in leaked video message to the staff. Here's the message.
I'm sure everybody has been disturbed by the amount of negative and in many cases vitriolic media and commentary that has been produced over the last few days, particularly in the social media environment. And I want to reassure you of a few things. Firstly, we are going to continue to make sure that we put patients, consumers, and members first, as we always have done. The mission of this company is truly to make sure that we help the system improve by helping the experience for individuals get better and better.
Now, again, they're trying to say, oh, well, we're the good guys. Look, I'm not going to simp for insurance companies. I know that there are millions of Americans that have been screwed over by them by being underinsured, having claims denied, having claims delayed, having lost family members to them. I agree that the healthcare system in the United States is not good. That said, that doesn't mean you can go and, remove CEOs indiscriminately from these companies. If you didn't like United Healthcare, you can go take a different insurance company, or you can, if this guy was really guilty of insider trading, which people say the Department of Justice was investigating him for, well, then he should go to prison for that. I don't believe in capital punishment. I don't believe in, summary executions like the left seemingly does, so much for, all their pro-life stances. But what's interesting is now we have his backpack. And inside the backpack was found. He hid the backpack, but he wanted it to be found because inside the backpack was a bunch of Monopoly money. Forensic psychiatrist Dr. Carol Lieberman believes the item discovered in the wake of the event, including a backpack stuffed with Monopoly money, offer a disturbing insight into the mindset of the assassin's intent on delivering a chilling message. Lieberman believes he meant to throw a stack of Monopoly bills over the body of Thompson as he lay dying after the incident, but forgot to take them out of his backpack following the incident. I'd be willing to bet you that is true. He probably meant to put it all over his body after he did it. While the manhunt for the masked man continues, focus has shifted to the evidence recovered at the scene and nearby locations. Among the items left behind were the casings. Days later, a backpack belonging to the suspect was found, stuffed with Monopoly money. Dr. Lieberman believes the clues are both intentional, I agree, and sinister commentary on the United Healthcare and its business practices. Now, I don't know if this is just, hey, I don't like the healthcare industry, which I would argue that most people probably don't, or if this individual had something in particular. Maybe he lost a father or a loved one to a denial of a claim of insurance. Maybe he just got radicalized by some sweet young thing to go try and impress her. That's how we ended up with this photo, and that's ultimately going to be his downfall. He'll eventually be found. I was wrong. I thought it'd be much sooner. New York believes he has fled the state. I suspect he has as well. This picture of him is just too good. Somebody knows who he is. Now, if they're all leftists, and they'd say, hey, I'm not going to dime him out because I believe what he said or did. Maybe. Days later, the backpack belonging to him is found stuffed with Monopoly money. The Monopoly money conveys the message both that United Healthcare is a ripoff that steals money from their patients in order to pay its executives millions, and itself a monopoly. Oh, double meaning. Okay. Lieberman said in an interview with the Daily Beast. Now, I don't know that. I do believe that he probably did intend to spread the Monopoly money and just, freaked out and forgot. He may have planned to scatter Monopoly money around the CEO's body after the incident, but he forgot to take the bills out of the backpack. Lieberman's interpretation of Monopoly money further solidifies the theory that the suspect harbored deep-seated animosity towards United Healthcare by using symbols tied to greed and financial manipulation. The killer seemingly sought to expose the industry's perceived injustices in the most dramatic way possible. Now, the Monopoly money could have also represented the insider trading. That's at least possible. His analysis points to the calculated and symbolic act designed to indict the healthcare industry. This wasn't just about taking a life, Lieberman said. This is about sending a message, a deeply twisted, deeply calculated one. I don't really think it's that twisted, but it is calculated. Police believe the suspect spent 10 days in New York, including Thanksgiving, staying at a Manhattan hostel while planning the attack. Surveillance footage has now captured the suspect fleeing Central Park immediately after the incident, where additional evidence, including the backpack itself, was later recovered. Lieberman also had the precision and forethought involved in carrying out such a high-profile crime during the holiday season. This was not an impulsive act, she noted, adding that the suspect's intention to scatter the Monopoly money suggests a predetermined plan to amplify the crime's symbolic weight. Authorities are now working to piece together the suspect's movements and motivations. The scuba team has now been deployed to search Central Park's waters for more evidence, while detectives analyze the recovered items for potential forensic leads. New York Mayor Eric Adams has vowed to bring the assailant to justice. Let him continue to believe he can hide behind a mask. We're going to reveal who he is, and we're going to bring him to justice. I don't know. I think that it might be a bluff that they actually know where he is. I believe, or know his name. If they really know his name, like they said they did on Friday, I would kind of suspect that they would have released it by now. The whole thing is, we're not going to release it because we think that gives him an advantage. I don't know about all that. You see this Monopoly money discovered in the backpack at Central Park. No identification of the suspect has been made. However, officials say they're, quote, getting closer. The backpack found in Central Park believe is linked to him in the surveillance video. NBC reported. 2 senior law enforcement officials say the weapon was not found inside. What was found was a jacket, which must have been the other jacket that people saw him wearing in the some of the photos, and Monopoly money. As a recently retired homicide detective, there's no doubt in my mind they have the suspect's name and are already looking for him. It's possible. So that would argue like he's got a second jacket. If these 2 jackets really are different, then this is probably the jacket, or that this first jacket is the one that was in the backpack probably. And if the jacket was in there, maybe he didn't intend to ditch it. I don't know. It's possible. Again, I still think it could be related to the insider trading. It absolutely still could be related. Retired NYPD detective says Authorities may have already ID'd him. Difficult in this day and age for a suspect to remain unidentified. The manhunt for the suspect continues with few leads. Despite the widespread surveillance images and those of facial recognition technology, the suspect remains at large, possibly due to lack of a clear trail. After maybe they didn't have a criminal record too. Like if you don't have a criminal record, I don't know how they match your fingerprints, how they match your DNA, if they don't actually know who you are. Retired NYPD detective Kurt Buckhalter suggested authorities might already know the suspect's identity, but are keeping it secret as a tactical move, which might involve not releasing this information to avoid unpredictable reactions from the suspect. It's very difficult in this day and age to have one's photo plastered all across the country in every media outlet, print and otherwise, for no one to identify this person and notify the authorities. The strategy would be aimed at drawing the suspect out or managing the situation more safely. The discovery of monopoly money suggests a symbolic message potentially linked to broader corporate investigation. So again, it could be linked to the insider trading. It could be just linked to the fact that, you know, he's some rich fat cat CEO and he hates him for that. You know, I don't know. I'm going to guess that they're not going to find anything on that backpack. This guy was so careful in not touching anything, not, you know, other than when a girl flirted with him, he took his mask down. This $10,000 reward is going to turn into 20. It's going to turn into 50. It's going to turn into 100, and somebody's going to crack. Somebody's going to dime this guy out. You see this retired FBI says they're going to look for hair fibers. If he holds hand against any strap and tightens a buckle like most of us do, DNA will be found. Zippers may have DNA on them, fingerprints on them. Again, those fingerprints only are of value in this stage if he's in the system. If he's not in the system now, then he's not going to, I mean, it's not going to help you identify who he is. It will help you maybe at trial. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how all this shakes out. Let me know. What do you think? You think that this is still a setup? Do you think that this was a true, like, you know, a true believer who thought what he was doing was righteous? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Don't forget, today only, 12 days 15. You get 15% off our luxurious, high-end 12 Days of Christmas box. Again, the 12 Days of Christmas starts on Christmas. So it's not an advent calendar. So make sure you grab that. 15% off. We're running all of our Black Friday, some of our Black Friday sales again this week so that you have one last chance to scoop up great deals. Link in the description. We'll talk to you again real soon.